To begin your end of day process, first click onto Main, then select on Point of Sale. And the first thing you should do in this screen is click on the drop-down menu and just ensure there's no pending sales that need to be processed. Then click on the transaction button down the bottom left. And here you can see all the sales that have been processed. Click on End Session. And if this is the first time you are starting your end of day procedure, you'll see this screen where you'll need to enter in the float as it's your first time. If you've previously started your end of day sessions, you won't need to worry about the setup. Here you can see the registers that you're balancing. If you have multiple, then you'll see a list here, then press Next. At the top, it does have the steps. Enter in the total cash for this register being balanced. This value will also include your float. So if you had a total of 500 in your till, you would enter in the total cash into here, because you want to include your float with this setting. So let's just say I'm going to enter in as my example, my total takings for the day. Now you can either enter in your totals into the total payments to the right, like I have here, or if you prefer to enter in the denominations of the individual notes and the coins, you can pop the count into these two columns here. Make sure you balance your FPOS machine and enter in your FPOS totals. So this could be FPOS, Amex. Once you've done that, then you press Next. Then press Yes to continue. And here you can see my total count, the expected, and the difference. So ideally there should be 0 in the difference column, but as you can see, I'm 200 under. So I just forgot to put my float in. So if I go back and I change my total cash to 265, press Next, you can see here it's now balancing. Now, if you can't get your till to balance, you will need to do a recount. And what you can do is you can go back to point of sale, double check your list of transactions. You can also go and press Done and double check that there's no pending sales in your drop-down menu. And if you click back onto End of Day Wizard, if you press Previous, you can make your adjustments in here, press Next, and then you can go through and complete the process. Now, if you still can't work out the variance, the difference in here, you can't actually proceed to the next page until you leave a comment or a reason of why it's not balancing. So definitely write a reason in here. If you still get stuck, you can also use the calculator. So this just opens up a calculator for you to use. And if you press Print, this will print off all the transactions for the day. So you can cross-check against your FPOS receipts and cross-check against your appointments as well. If it's balancing, then all you need to do is simply press Next. And here you can see that your total ending cash in the drawer will be your float, which is $200. Then press Next. And you've got some printing options here. If you like to print off the session balance and trading summary, these are really good if you want to staple all your settlement to, your FPOS receipts to. You don't have to print them now. You can also go into Tools and Reports and view them at any time. If you need to email them, I'll show you that as well. With the business log, it could be up to 20, 50, 100 pages long, because that is every single action in your system. So every time a staff member clicks on something or creates an appointment, that's a log. So this one here is not essential to print. Once you've selected what you're going to print, just tick it on and simply press Print. If you're not needing to print anything, just press Done. And now that has completed your end of day process. If you need to view the session balance reports, you can go to Tools, Reports, and click on the plus sign next to End of Day category, and you'll be able to see all of your session balances in here. Press View. You'll have a whole list here. You'll be able to see the date and the time. Press View, and you can export it if you need to attach it into an email, or you can simply print it here. So you'll be able to see the status, what time it started and finished, and just see all the different attempts as well. And if there was any notes, it will also be listed on this report as well.